The moment that I realized, like, wow, I'm homeless, like I have nowhere to go, I don't know where to turn, was shortly after I turned 18. My mom and dad just separated at my high school graduation party. My dad took my brother and my sister had left. She went to live with her boyfriend. So it was just me and my mom, and we got kicked out of our house. And some of the not so great parts about living on the streets was especially in the wintertime when it was really cold and you didn't have enough clothes and you didn't know where you were gonna sleep. And a lot of the times we would ride the bus until we couldn't ride it anymore, or ride the light rail until they kicked us off, or try to find an alley that was pretty blocked off where you could just sleep behind a trash can. I can remember just laying there sometimes thinking, what am I gonna do tomorrow when it's this cold, or how am I gonna get my next meal? And so when I went downtown and observed people, I learned how to sell drugs, and I was able to support me and my mom, and that's what I did, and that's what I did to survive. A lot of people don't know what homelessness is like, and they can't relate to that unless they've lived in that situation. And it's like that saying you always hear, you're in a room full of people and everyone's all around you, but you still feel alone. And that's exactly what it is in times of living on the street. Is there's so many people around you in buildings and subways and food places and organizations that are walking right past you, and you're like, do you even see me? And I felt really lost, and nobody loved me enough to look for me. And I always remember thinking, doesn't my family wonder where I'm at? I felt very lost and alone. I met Dry Bones back in 2008, in the peak of my homelessness. Again, I was out there selling drugs, and at this point in my life, I got in trouble with the police and I was in jail. And I was sitting there, and my mom came to visit me one day, and she's like, I met these people, you really got to meet them. They're called Dry Bones. They're this organization that helps homeless people, and I really think you should meet them. And I'm like, okay, Mom, well, I got to get out of jail first to meet these people, right? And so when I got out, I feel like that's one of the first things that we did. We went to one of the picnics off of 17th and Arapahoe maybe, and we got us a lunch. And I just felt a warmth from these people. They didn't judge us. I just felt this radical love that I've never felt before. And in the height of the homelessness, and you don't know what's gonna happen the next day, they were a shining light in that darkness. And of course there was other church organizations that would come down there and be like, here's some food, or we're part of this church or whatever, but they never sat there in the mess with you and talked to you like Dry Bones did. They helped me realize what good relationships look like and healthy relationships look like, and what love looks like. They give me the confidence and the courage to be I matter and I have something of value to give somebody else. Getting referred to work at Purple Door has been a blessing, because it's been my foundation of learning who I am in this society again. And there's so much space for you to figure out who you are, and I appreciate that because it changed my life. Now, today, my name is Sunshine, and I feel what am I gonna do every day to fulfill that name? What am I gonna do every day to help others see the light in their darkness? What am I gonna do every day to just possibly show that radical love that I've been shown through Dry Bones and Purple Door, and my own willingness to be open to that healing?